everyone. I hope everyone's well. I didn't set up an exact time to come on, but I have missed you guys. So I had to come on and show you guys how to do Kimpop. So I hope everybody's having a great season. I hope that you guys have fun with this one because it's a very traditional recipe. So we're going to learn how to make Kimpop today. All right, so hi everyone. Okay, so we're making Kimpop, which is like a Korean wrapped, which people might look at it as sushi. Hi Susan. So yeah, so it's viewed as like sushi, but really it's not. It is a seaweed wrapped rice appetizer meal, whatever snack, and it is filled with not raw sushi, but ingredients that are healthy and just yummy. And I think there's so many different variations of this that you can really get creative with it. I've really just used things that I have on hand sometimes, and I think that that's just the way it goes, right? A mother with 3 children, which you guys are probably all parents, or if not, I mean, you got lives, right? So, all right, so I'm gonna go. Hey, cuz, hey Gino. Oh my goodness. Happy holidays to you and the family. Gosh, it's been a minute. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what you're gonna need, okay? So basically, I'm gonna show you that you can basically get this at Walmart. If you don't have an Asian market, do not fret. You can basically find this one at Walmart, which I did. So just showing you that it's ready and available. So these are the seaweed wraps that you wanna get. Yes, they say sushi, but that's the same wrapping that we use, okay? So we've got that. We've got your soy sauce. And I've got my Korean brown rice vinegar. I always like that one. And my sesame oil. I've got salt, sesame seeds, and sugar. And I have a little bowl of water. Okay, so that's gonna be very important in your wrapping, all right? I've got my bamboo Kimpop roller, and I do believe that you can get some on Amazon. Some are plastic even, so I always use the traditional one. I'm just so used to it. I've got that, and so like I said, you can find these in all different types of new material, like on Amazon. I'm sure it's like affordable. And so I've got my big tray here, and I have pre-prepped this stuff because y'all, I couldn't sit here on a video and take like hours of your time, okay? Let me turn this down. Alexa, volume down. I love Kelly, but like she's blasting in my ear, right? Okay, hope that's a little bit better, guys. So I have cooked egg. I basically mixed up some eggs and I cooked it on a flat pan, and you just make sure that both sides are really nice and flat like a pancake. You take it out. I use the non-stick spray. I don't like to use heavy oils anymore just because I'm like trying to be cautious of gaining weight. So I make sure that they're like flat pancakes. Then you go on the side and you cut them long ways, just like this, right? Okay, got that? All right. And so there are fish cakes at the Asian market that are tubular, and I like this better, and I'll show you why in a minute. I left that unsliced because I really want to show you how I sliced that up. I've got Spam. You know, you aren't Asian if you don't have Spam. And then you have the daikon, which you can buy that also. It's like, it's sold 2 ways. It's actually sold in like tubular, big like sections, and you can actually bring them home and you slice them long ways. And then I would save the juice. That's a very good key. Like if you do get the tubular like radishes, like the whole radishes that have been already pickled, I would keep the juice. Don't throw that away. That is so important. And then I've got the spinach here, which if y'all don't know how to make the spinach, you basically go on my page. I have a video for that. It is super duper easy. My kids love it, and I think it's great. It's filled with great nutrients, great vitamins. Any way to get my kids to eat spinach, I'm for it, right? Amen. And then you got your carrots. So I, Julian, like my carrots. And guys, I don't slave in the kitchen too long. So literally, I will tell you, after you slice your carrots up, I would put them in a bowl and stick them in the microwave for like 4 or 5 minutes. And I guarantee you, it will come out just the same as sauteing them. So really, I'm all about saving time, right? So that's basically what you'll get is some cooked, steamed down carrots in the microwave, okay? All right, so, all right, let me clear this area first. So we're going to take my bamboo roll here, and there is a flat side, and then there's the other side that's like round, right? So if you can imagine, these are like sticks that were cut in half. I don't know if you guys can see that. So you want to go with the flat side, okay? So the flat side up, all right? And the bamboo round sections on the outside. So I'm gonna lay that flat. And I've got some cooled rice here. You always want to use cooled rice. The reason why is because these seaweed sheets are very fragile. So if you want to put like hot rice on there, it's gonna like wilt up, and it's gonna ruin the kimpop. Especially when you roll it, it'll break up. That rice will bust right through it. So you don't want that. So definitely let your rice cool. And I'm gonna try to make it as similar and close to my mom's that she had at her restaurant. So everyone who knows how her kimpop tastes, this will be very similar. I think everybody has a different way of making it. Okay, so I am gonna drizzle a little bit of sesame oil. And literally, I'm more like eyeballing stuff. I would say maybe half a teaspoon. So forgive me. I'm like old school. I just throw things together. So please bear with me. So I get that mixed up. I do a pinch of sesame seeds. I'll do a pinch of sugar. And then a pinch of salt. Okay, and this will give that rice a lot of flavor. Okay, and you just make sure all of that is incorporated in there. And it does move easier too when it's cold. So again, make that rice cool down before you work with it. All right, and it's ready. So now you can see like the rice is like really like nice to move. So that way you have some movement when you lay your rice down. All right, here we go. So grab your seaweed. Set that down. And then I'm gonna take a scoop at a time, all right, folks? So this is where it's key. I lay it down and I kind of like smooth it out with a spoon, okay? And you really wanna make sure it's flat, nice and flat. What I mean by that is like you smash it, you slide it, just like that. And you see that? I don't know if you guys can see. You see how it's all smoothed out? Like that? All right. Trying to be as detailed as I can because this is a really it could be a time-consuming recipe, but I don't want you guys to fail. Okay. Smooth it out, and I would do about 3/4 up. Just leave a little bit of space there. Again, just kind of make it even across, smooth it out. All right, I think that one's good to go. See, it doesn't have to be all perfect or anything, just as long as it's nice and flat and you got a nice surface to work with, okay? All right. So here goes our ingredients that I showed you on the tray, right? So we're gonna go, and I've washed my hands, folks, so make sure you wash your hands. So we're gonna go with a nice consistent like row from left to right, and making sure that you get a good amount. Don't do it too hefty or your roll will be like super duper like huge, and then it'd just be more stressful like to cut it and roll it. So I get some carrots here and glide it across. Here we go. Then I lay this across the daikon. And then, oh gosh, forgot, y'all. the fish cake. So I will go ahead and cut this in half, and then I'll cut another half. And this is why I told you I like getting the tubular ones, because they are the perfect size. Can you guys see that? It'll lay like just nice right across, okay? All right. They smell so good. Okay. So then I'll get a couple of eggs. Let me just slide this back over here. Okay, got everything. Get that Spam in there. All right, and so now you see that I have a nice little row there, okay? Everything's lined up, everything's a good amount, because as you slice it across, you want a good amount in each one. And this is where the water is important, okay? So I'm gonna take this flat, y'all. It's probably gonna take you guys a couple times. It is not something you can master in the first one. But if you do, I think you're an overachiever, and kudos to you, all right? So here we go. I am going to hold with my end fingers, and I'm gonna make sure that I flip this bad boy way over. And I'm not sure if you guys can tell, but I'm gonna tuck that in, and I'm gonna hold this piece out, and I'm going to make sure that I slide it. You see how it folded in? I'm gonna take some water, and I'm gonna like just soak my fingers, just the tips like that, and I'm going to glide it just like you're doing like an arts and craft project in school, and you just glide a little bit of that glue in there, right? So the water is going to act as the glue, and then you just slide it like this, making sure that it presses in, and flip it back over, and there you go, right? And like you're going to hold it there and like make sure that that water sticks with that seaweed. That's the key, right? We want to keep squeezing it. And sometimes at the ends, like I like to go in and tuck that in on both ends. And if you see any pieces like that hanging out, you're not doing it wrong. It happens. So I shove that in, and then I make sure that I like just give it a good squeeze. Okay, and there you go. You guys see that? How nice that is? Okay, so at this point, I've got my sesame oil in another can, in a little thing that I just got it because of my Pampered Chef little brush here. So I will lightly brush it with sesame oil, and this will help kind of preserve it and give it a nice flavor. So I will brush that right here, okay? And then I will set this roll to the side. All right? You guys got it? Y'all want me to do another roll? I'll do another roll. Okay, I'll do it. All right, so we're gonna do one more. Again, flat side up. Thank you guys for tuning in. Hey, Jasmine. Happy holidays to everyone. I have missed everyone, by the way. Okay, here we go now, flat side up. Y'all can do this. I know y'all can. All right, so I'm getting my pre-mixed rice, and I'm gonna go in here. And remember, I said it's key to flatten it out, making sure that all the ends are like covered. Like 3/4 up until the other end of the seaweed. Man, I had the best fusion sushi, talking about sushi, in Bronx, New York with two of my sister-in-laws. It was a fusion between Latin food and Asian, and I have to say it was on point. If I was there, which we were joking about, to give my review, I would say they had 10 stars. They nailed it. All right, so here we go, guys, okay? Again, I've got all my rice flattened out, and I'm gonna start lining up everything. All my ingredients here. And like I said before, if you guys don't know what this is my spinach recipe. It's a side dish that a lot of Koreans make. You can go on my page. It's really simple to make, and it's definitely a way for me to get my kids to eat spinach. They will just eat it just by itself. There we go. Get that Spam up in there. All right. Here, I'll get other here. All right, I got everything. All right, so everything's nicely like rolled up here. And here we go. Okay, I'm gonna take that end, like I said, roll it in. I wish I could have everyone here in my kitchen. It'd be so much better, right? Okay, I'm rolling it to the end, and I'm gonna hold that gently. And I'm gonna dab my fingers in water, okay? Water acts as the glue. So I'm gonna like do a little nice swipe here on the end. And that's gonna help stick that seaweed to the end and seal it. Okay, roll it in. And I'm gonna give it a nice squeeze. Shove all those sides in. All right. There we go. Okay. See, it doesn't take much. There you go. And I'm gonna brush this down with sesame oil. There we go. Okay, now it's time to cut. Yes, girl, I can smell. I wish you can smell it, Jasmine. It smells so good. You want to make sure that you've got a nice sharp blade, okay? And I'm going to show you a trick. So when you go to slice it, I want to wet my knife. I'm going to wet it really good right here, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and make sure that that seal is on the bottom so that way it doesn't break up when you're slicing. It's definitely a technique, but you're gonna go ahead and slice it down. And I would say about, I don't know, sometimes I see Kimpop and they're sliced like really, really thin, but I think on average, it's about 1/2 inch that you wanna slice them. So as you slice them, you can start noticing when your blade gets too sticky from the rice, okay? There you go. And you wanna use short grain rice, y'all. I wouldn't use like long grain. You want to get the short grain sticky rice, okay? Wet my blade again. And then you slice them down. There you go. I'm going to slice the next one. Again, wet your blade. All right. It's getting a little sticky again. Super duper easy, y'all. Y'all can have this at home. I know we're still at 2020. We're all like prisoners to our homes. Something like that, right? Okay, so now it's time to plate it, okay? And you don't have to be all fancy, but if you want to make it fun, you can plate them however you like. And it's so beautiful, guys. Like, can't wait for you guys to see this. There we go. These pretty little end caps there. It's always a bonus to get the side ones, right? All right, here we go. First, I want to also show you before we dip into this, okay? I just get that brown rice vinegar, and this is literally how I do it, y'all. There's no science behind it, okay? You get the brown rice vinegar, 1, 2, 3, 4, literally. Again, I'm not good at measuring, so 1, 2, 3, and I just do it until it's maybe like double the amount of the vinegar. If you want to get fancy, get some sesame seeds in, and literally give it a nice little mix there. And that's it. That's your dipping sauce, and that is your Kimpop. Hey, sis. Oh, AJ wants some? Tell him I'll send some right over, right? See, you see how it's beautifully centered? That's when you know that your roll is on point. Now, folks, like, if it fails, like, don't stop trying. I would just keep, you know, making sure that that rice is flat. Probably think that you're just like totally failing, but I have faith in you. And these look so good. So basically you just take this and you dip it. That is so good, y'all. And you literally can have this as a side. or you can just eat it like it is. Again, this is Kimpop, y'all. Kimpop, which is not sushi, but filled with yummy, yummy, yummy goodiness in the inside, all right? If y'all have any questions, feel free to write me. I try to respond as fast as I can. Happy holidays. Thanks for cooking and making Kimpop with me. This was exciting. Thank you guys for tuning in. And enjoy. Merry Christmas. Bye.